Hello and welcome to Wolfman Gaming. This is my Control blind playthrough. And in the last episode, didn't make much progress actually. I did try taking on the jukebox and got my ass handed to me, which you may have seen if you watched it. But we did meet up with our brother Dylan, and he gave us a new objective to go into the containment sector and find a slide projector. So we're gonna see if we can find it, basically. And I've been thinking about this game. I think because this has become quite an extensive project at this point. I didn't think when I started this game, all I knew about it was like the expected time to beat it. And I didn't think it would turn into this many episodes, to be completely honest. So I'm not quite sure if I will be covering the bus off. Covering both the expansions in this project, because this is episode 32, and I'm not entirely sure how much is left of the main game, but we'll see, because holy hell, there are a lot of enemies. That is something I've talked about quite a few times throughout this project, that you never come across just one or two enemies. There's always droves upon droves of them. Well, let's see. I'm guessing this is where we're supposed to go. We now have clearance level 6. That's nice. New mission, self-reflection. Okay, that's nice. Prime candidate program. That door is locked, so we can't get in there. I don't know why I keep picking up collectibles, because I have picked up enough for all the trophies. I did read about that, and you need 120 collectibles to get all the trophies related to picking up collectibles. And this game contains over 250. So it is an easy trophy to get if you're going for it, because they are in an abundance and you don't even have to pick up half of them. Christ. Where's that goddamn healing orb? There we go. Gonna make things so much easier. That's one tough cookie of an enemy. And as soon as there are more enemies somewhere, but I'm not quite sure where they are. But I'm gonna skip the spin. Gonna skip that one. Hell yes. Let's see. There we go. Because this is also a new weapon that I've gotten. The charge gun. And it packs a wicked punch. Can't get in there. So I'm guessing there are still enemies. Yes. Because what that gun does, it like does some type of gravity boost. Because shoots out like a little grenade and it pulls things in close proximity into its center. And I messed about with it quite a lot, and you can have a lot of fun with that weapon. You can cause a lot of havoc. But let's see.
I wish things had gone differently and ordinary for us. But wishing won't change things.
That is true. The only way to change things is by doing it yourself.
A new object of power, something we have not seen before. I mean, coming from me, that's saying something. The boy, Dylan Faden, prime candidate 6, and the sister as well. Once we catch up with her, but the boy, so much potential. We're talking Northmore level readings here, and I don't want to invoke his name. It's completely different circumstances here. That's remarkable. There was an incident. Yes.
Okay.
We lost a valuable member of our team, yes. Excessive force. Dylan has so much. But he's just a kid. I'll take the blame. He needs some slack. I mean, boys will be boys. He's exceptional and under a lot of stress. Robert's got killed. It's an unfortunate accident, that's all. Marshall needs to realize this. We will make this work. We'll make this work.
Okay. There is a very interesting attitude towards something that...
Is this what Dylan wanted me to see? It doesn't matter. We need to find that projector. All the times I felt paranoid, I was right. The Bureau could have given me the answers, but they just stood by and watched me.
Interesting attitude towards something where people have gotten killed to just...
We used to play there all
Yeah, well, boys will be boys.
and other kids as well.
It's not a game of fucking dominoes. Okay, I'm supposed to go to the turntable.
I studied what happened in Ordinary here. That's the place to start looking.
Come on, minion. As I said, this weapon can really tear shit up. And as we are exploring this new place, heading towards the turntable, me and my girlfriend, we watched The Conjuring yesterday. Which I think is a great horror movie. And anyone who hasn't seen it, just get fucked. Just gonna use this one.
I were both prime candidates. Experience.
See if this activates something.
Very
The
different,
Conjuring
sure,
is
but
a horror movie about a
from
family that
cell
moves
of
into
some
a
sort.
house
Am I out of the cell now? Or
out
is all this the
somewhere,
house
and it
in the
turns out that
director
this house is haunted.
just another cell?
Not
Who's really
a very innovative story. It's supposed to be based on real events, as a lot of haunting movies are, or claim to be. Supposed to be based on a couple, Ed and Lorraine Warren, that were, according to themselves, demonologists helping people get rid of evil spirits and stuff like that. And either way, I think it is a great movie. It's one of I think it's the only horror movie I've seen as an adult that has actually, first time I saw it, I had nightmares afterwards. Which amazed me, because that hasn't happened since my early teens when I started watching horror movies. But it's one of those films that is well played, and it's adults in the movie, like
we're going back home?
discerning the pattern.
Of course we are. It started there and it's never gone away.
Let's see, the turntable should be over that way. Just want to see what this is before I go in there. Okay, I'm not taking damage at least. It was just being a bit dramatic. Either way, we watched it yesterday, and it's about a family that's haunted by a demon of a witch that lived there like a certain amount of years ago. And Ed and Lorraine Warren come there and they help them get rid of the witch and the curse of the witch. And it's one of those movies, I think it's really tense, there's great build up, very well made. Sadly, it has spawned a lot of sequels. Access the AWE area by rotating the turntable tracks. Okay. So where are the controls? Only sad thing about this charge gun is that there's something that it's not the quickest to fire. The bullets don't move very quickly, and you have to, it's hard to aim at enemies. Instead you have to like aim behind them or aim at the floor or whatever. But going back to once again going back to The Conjuring. As I said, I think it's a great horror movie. Real tense, good build up, well acted. except for one thing, and I'm gonna talk more about that, but it has spawned a bunch of sequels. I have seen most of them, and I think The Conjuring 2 was a decent movie, good movie, and then came all the others.
There's gotta be a way to rotate these tracks.
Because in this movie there is a doll
Maybe
called
there's a control
Annabelle.
panel nearby.
And Annabelle, as you may know, if you know about these movies, you know about Annabelle. That she spawned, I think it's 3 movies concerning that doll. And also 2 movies concerning the nun that's in The Conjuring 2. It grew into, from one great horror movie to a universe of one great horror movie and a bunch of shitty sequels and spin-offs and whatnots. Let's see, bridge operator. This is where we're going.
There's gotta be a way to rotate these tracks. Maybe there's a control panel nearby.
Yes, probably upstairs. But something I want to talk about in The Conjuring. The only thing that really bothers me in the first movie, because as I said, I think the first movie is great. It's really tense. There's a good build-up. It's contains very few jump scares.
Something's blocking it.
Okay. So don't think I can kill that thing down there. There we go. Perfect.
It won't rotate. Something's blocking it.
Again? I thought I'd do it. There we go. Yeah, going back to The Conjuring and the point I was gonna make. As I said, I think it's a great movie, but something that has always bothered me with that movie, and I would love to, if you have seen it, I would love to hear your opinion about this. But as the movie starts, we see Ed and Lorraine Warren talking to 2 young females that are the owners of the Annabelle doll that is not important to the plot later. But, and they talk about that they found this doll and the doll is haunted. And Ed and Lorraine tell them that the doll is not haunted, because they are haunted by a demon, and the demon has just used this doll to lure them. Or to fool them is a more correct way of phrasing it. Because demons don't possess objects, they possess people. And which they establish there. A few minutes later in the movie, they show in their house they have a room filled with objects that are supposedly haunted and have been used in different rituals. Even though they established just a few minutes earlier that demons and stuff like that, evil spirits, do not haunt things. They do not attach themselves to objects. But we have this room filled with objects from different hauntings. Do you see where I'm getting at? Because they establish that objects are completely harmless, but we have to keep them in this room to be safe. I think it's such an odd thing, and I even went into goofs concerning the movie, and read, because I thought this has to be listed under groups, and for some reason it isn't. And what do you think? Am I barking up the wrong tree? Because I think that is an inconsistency in the movie, and inconsistencies can bother me quite a lot. Because I think every movie, game, or whatever set up its own rules, and I'm completely fine with that. But be consistent with those rules. But either way, this episode, we are past the 20-minute mark, so I'm actually going to wrap this one up right here. But I want to thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again in my next video. So until next time, this is the Wolfman signing off.